Childhood, a real dream. Childhood, a wonderful experience. Childhood, an innocent and pure stage. Every human being born on this earth, whether he is a gruesome dictator like Hitler or a gracious soul like Mother Teresa, an infamous celebrity like Michael Jackson or a reformer like Abraham Lincoln, a melancholic inventor like Einstein or a hardcore terrorist like Bin Laden, they all have started their life's journey as a child. Childhood is the most precious period in everyone's life. A person's emotions are shaped, values are formed, and destinies are set. A person with a cherished childhood grows up to become a responsible and confident person. But children who are undermined of all their basic privileges at the beginning of their journey are vulnerable to all evil. India is a nation with millions of such children. Some live in extreme poverty conditions which pushes them backward in life. They do not get a chance to eat a sumptuous meal, wear comfortable clothing, and live in secured houses. Some are left on their own by nature's fury or the brutality of mankind, or by the horrid effects of dreaded diseases. God's destinies in their lives look like they would never be accomplished. The enemy of their souls, Satan, appears to have won it all. But the good news is, God has not given up on them. He kept His body, the church, to bring God's purposes and dreams back into these precious souls. Jesus has most emphatically said, "It is not the will of my Father in heaven that one of these little ones should perish." He commanded us, saying, "Despise them not, hinder them not, but receive them." In saying these, Jesus revealed to us what's in the heart and mind of God. Lata Lincoln, an ordinary young lady, could sense the heartbeat of God and began to act, bringing God's beautiful purposes back into their lives. As she ventured out, people joined hands with her, and thus Faith Welfare Society was formed in the year 1984. Faith Welfare Society is satisfying the hunger of their craving spirits, making them drink from the fountain of life, providing for all their needs through feeding, clothing, and sheltering in a healthy atmosphere, and giving them education in an English medium school at par with the best secular schools around. These are the real stories of some children. Children who smile, play, and run around like our children. Children who were somebody's dream and hope. Pavan, a little child, was sitting at home with his clothes soaked in the blood of his mother, who was just killed by his father. He was picked up from there and brought to Faith Welfare Society, where he is growing up. Now he is studying in the 6th grade, and he is the drummer boy of our worship team. Mark and his younger brother Prabhat were left to themselves in an obscure village when both their parents succumbed to the ghastliness of the disease and sickness. These young kids were rejected by every one of their relatives. They lived on the street for some time, from where they were picked up and brought to Faith Welfare Society. These children now have a home in Joyland. They are cared for in a way that they are never reminded that they are orphans. He is elected as the assistant pupil leader of the school, where 500 kids are studying. David and Salome are two other precious kids who lost both their parents. Father was murdered by his business competitor and mother was attacked by another enemy, cancer. These kids were not welcomed in any of their relatives' homes because their parents had abandoned their ancestral gods and embraced Jesus. Beulah is another flower blossoming in the garden of Joyland. She was probably conceived by an illegal couple, so was abandoned by them at her birth. A young Christian lady took this newborn and brought her here for care and nourishment. She is now in her 5th grade. Shantaraj and Ravindraraj are the two other brothers. Their mother committed suicide and father died after his kidneys failed. The dreams of their bright future came to a sudden halt. Praise God for how these kids' destinies are preserved, how their lives are transformed, and how the smile is brought back on their faces. Children are like flowers. They need water, sunshine, and support of roots and stem to blossom. Future is in them. They need to smile, dream, and stay happy. They need to be led in the path of the divine. We are God's hands, feet, and body who disrupt the malicious plans of the devil. Faith Welfare Society is driven by the urge and passion of redeeming these precious little people back to God's original plans. Would you join us in this most solemn endeavor? Faith Welfare Society.